In 2003, British Professional Cycling hired a new performance director, and he made a promise so unambitious it sounded like a joke. We will improve everything we do by 1%. Not transform, not revolutionize. 1%, better seat foam, warmer shorts, the right pillow shipped to every hotel, teaching riders to wash their hands properly. At that point, no British rider had won the Tour de France in the race's entire century of existence. Within 10 years, British riders won five. Nothing dramatic happened. That is the point. The dramatic thing was the nothing. That story opens Atomic Habits by James Clear, published in 2018, and probably the most useful book ever written about the mechanics of getting slightly better on purpose. Clear earned the subject the hard way: a baseball bat to the face in high school, a shattered skull, a lost identity as an athlete, and a recovery built entirely out of tiny, boring, repeated actions. The book's premise fits in a sentence: you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, and systems are made of habits which compound like money. First idea: the arithmetic of tiny gains. Get 1% better every day and compound it over a year, you are not 365% better, you are 37 times better. Decline 1% a day and you decay to almost nothing. Same effort magnitude, opposite destinies. The problem is that human perception is linear and compounding is not, so the early curve feels like failure. Clear gives it a beautiful image: an ice cube in a slowly warming room. 26 degrees, nothing. 29, nothing. 31, still nothing. And this is where everyone quits. 32, the whole thing melts. The work was never wasted. It was stored. He calls the flat part the plateau of latent potential, and knowing it has a name is half the cure for quitting on it. Second idea, the book's deepest one. Most self-improvement aims at outcomes. Lose the weight, write the book. Clear argues real change runs the other way, from identity outward. The goal is not to read a book. It is to become a reader. Not to run a marathon, to become a runner. Why does the framing matter? Because every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become, and identity is just the election result of 10,000 small ballots. You do not need a unanimous vote. You need a reliable majority. This is also why the 2-minute version of a habit counts. One push-up is a laughable workout, but a legitimate vote. Third idea, stop relying on willpower and start doing environment design. Clear's 4 laws are a checklist for wiring any behavior. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. Put the guitar on a stand in the living room, not in a case in the closet. Stack the new habit onto an old one. After I pour my morning coffee, I will write 1 sentence and run the laws backwards to kill bad habits. Make them invisible, unattractive, hard, unsatisfying. The phone in another room is not a productivity tip. It is the 4th law inverted. Disciplined people, Clear insists, are mostly just people in well-designed rooms. Why does this book matter beyond the airport shelf? Because it quietly replaces the most damaging myth in self-improvement, the transformation montage, with something adults can actually use: compounding. Finance learned centuries ago that steady, small rates beat heroic bets. Clear applied the same math to being a person. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Read it in a weekend. Then pick one habit, shrink it until it is almost embarrassing, and cast the first vote.